microphone. And there we go. Let's begin the recording.
Alright, so you guys have met a new compatriot. Last time in Dungeons and Dragon Ball Z, you guys came after helping in Hundlestone?
Why did you say it like that?
Don't worry about it. After assisting the townsfolk of Hundlestone, mainly with a whole lot of money, you guys picked up a new compatriot in the form of Hidley Slides, a dwarven drug trafficking druid
Druid. Yeah, druid. Yeah, yeah.
of the stars.
Yeah, of the stars.
She came along in order to, at some point, get powerful enough to fucking murder Hovix, who has gone to hell.
I'm sorry. What was that? She came along powerful enough to murder Hovix?
To get powerful enough. I thought that's why you came with the party.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She's on a revenge quest. She hasn't shared that with the party yet, but yeah, she wants to get
Uh,
it.
and then you guys went down to Fireshear, where you rested a bit, learned a bit, tried to get some information out of the town, and Archel went and popped up the hot cocoa stand, recruiting yet another adventurer to the party, this time in the form of a very large, fearbold woman named Cleve. Well, nicknamed Cleve, and that's not just for her axe.
Very large.
Large, very big. She's big even for a furbolg.
Yeah, you intentionally said large because I've never
Yeah,
heard that word before.
yeah,
Okay.
large, if you will.
Mhm.
In addition, you guys went up to level 7.
Oh, did we? Let me just check if I'm up to date. No, I'm not up to date. Shouldn't be that difficult. Thank you for telling me.
And you guys are up to level 7. While in Greed also tried to ask around about, as I look up the thing, the tier of the sea, where you have the tier of the sea, and was looking for, I believe the quote was like exactly someone who looks wistfully at the ocean for way too long.
Something like that. Need to check my notes.
The answer was in you the entire time. Okay. So I just have to pick spells. Okay, that's not hard. So yeah. Uh I don't think Hilly really did all that much. Not the greatest of first impressions, but whatever's. I think
You,
I drove into a bunch of giants. That was fun.
yeah, you guys just like completely avoided some sounds of like of someone crying, like true heroes. You created a smuggling cache in your thing, and also Hilly picked up something to deliver.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 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 yep. Definitely remember
Who
that.
were you delivering that to again?
Kim
Trying to
Barkings.
Kim Barkins.
Kim Barkings, yes.
Yeah, Kim Barkins. Who I believe that's your boss, right? That's like the boss.
Yeah, he's like my. Yep, he's my boss. Yep, yep, yep. I was going to say kind of a mentor as well, but yeah.
Yeah, he's your higher up.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let me put this into my notes real quick.
Okay, I don't get to pick spells. What?
You should get an extra spell that's level 4.
I would think so. Um.
Hang
Well,
on. Failed.
I didn't really get to pick any, and the
Oh, it's because the spell thing is acts weird because you're a Circle of Stars druid and you have a couple of spells automatically prepared, so its calculations are off.
I see. So I do get the spells or don't get the spells.
Yeah, you get to choose one more. You get to prepare one more spell than normal, which you can choose from any level, and you can switch around how you prepare spells
Oh,
on a long
oh,
rest if you're a druid.
I always
Like,
forget. I always forget that feature. I just have a little bit of everything.
yeah. So, what's your wisdom mod is +3, so you can have 10 spells, and you get guidance and guiding bolt for free.
Yep, I've already added those, I believe.
And find familiar also is free because that's one of your wild shape things.
Ooh.
Yeah, so now you guys have a big, strong Fearbold, an unconscious fairy, Greed, and Hilly Slides in this wagon with the two horses, Owlie and Squirfall.
I thought
Wagon still
we.
being repaired.
The
Yeah.
wagon is being repaired
I thought
because,
we. Oh, go on.
yeah, the wagon's being prepared because you guys, what's the word? I'm
Broke
trying to
it.
remember. The axle got fucked up somehow in like one of the combats.
Yeah, the giant smashed the top of our wagon.
Yeah, yeah, you're fighting. Yeah, a giant just fucking threw a rock and it just fucking wrecked your carts, and that was being repaired by some people who are actually proficient in carpenter's tools.
Damn it. You can never improvise with a different toolkit, can you?
You can, but like, I don't, I don't know how herbalism kit's gonna help with fixing
I
the
was
wagon.
saying a mason's tools has some tools. Come on, you can do a bit of
Yeah,
improvise.
you can replace. Yeah, you just need to go and get some stone, some quarried stone.
The wagon's made of stone.
No, the wagon's made of wood. You can just replace the axle with a stone axle.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know parts of it was made of stone.
No, no part of it is currently made of stone. You can just replace the parts with stone.
I see. Can we convert it into a Flintstones car?
No.
Ah,
So anyway, so you guys are in Fireshear. It is a port town, not very memorable.
mm-hmm.
Currently, because winter's starting, there are no ships coming in or out of it.
Yeah, iced over, I believe. And a lot of the people are out of work because there's no
Yeah,
deliveries being made. Although you
yeah,
would think they'd still be mining to build up a stockpile.
yeah. There are still miners here. Like there's still people who are mining. Just a lot of the dock workers are out of a job right now.
Ah, oh. One half of the labourers hate the other half.
Yeah.
Can't we just be friends? Um,
Can we be
God damn
friends?
it! I knew you were gonna sing that.
Talking with
Yeah,
you.
I think we were talking to a whole bunch of recruitable NPCs. What was going on with that?
Um, Archel recruited Cleve, and the other ones just sort of fucked off.
They instantly knew they were undesired, so they
Yeah, no,
just.
the other five just formed their own party.
Okay. Good luck without the hot chocolate fountain. I don't know.
Yeah, good luck with that with the hot chocolate fountain. You only have how what the fuck is the other one? It's a rogue of it's a rogue, a sorcerer, two paladins, and a fighter.
Hmm. The yeah, I'd probably put money on that team of completing the campaign before us. Can they sincerely be like a rival group and they do shit as well and
Yeah, they'll do shit that you guys hear of.
we could like meet up with them a couple of times. It's like you fuckers, you beat us to this place and you've already plundered the tomb and shit. um. So I don't think I'm currently doing anything.
Yeah, like what do you guys want to do? You guys have a couple of days
You were
left.
helping, air quotes, me with the mice.
Oh yes, I totally forgot about that. Okay.
You're
I think I
you're
was just
really
holding them and talking to them.
happy.
I was talking to them, yes.
You were talking to them, but you're doing it very poorly.
Mm.
Yeah, you can't speak with animals, then you're talking to the mice, but you're like really shit at talking.
I didn't calm them down in the slightest. I don't think they
Nothing
understand
like
what I'm
nothing
saying.
like on edge.
Alrighty. I'll continue helping Greed with the mice. Where were we current?
After that, after last bit of nonsense that happened in the
Did
session,
you explode a mouse?
I think at this point, Greed has had enough. So at this point, he's just going to attempt to spend. Open up. Can't find my sheet. There it is. Attempt to use Stunning Strike on the fucking rat to disturb the key, and then attempt to defuse the rat to have it explode while the key is unbalanced.
Mm.
All right.
I'll spend
how
4 points for that.
Okay.
How much key are you putting into this rat?
1 to disable and 3 to explode.
It's gonna
So,
become Master Splinter over here. Whatever the fuck is called.
all right, all right. Please roll me. Let me see. Hang on. I have to think of what I want you to roll to do this.
Am I?
Yeah, just after the last bit of nonsense, Greed just finally looks annoyed and says, "To
Alright.
hell with this rat."
Please roll me.
Oh, you're just attacking out of frustration? Because I was
Please
gonna
roll
say I'd
me-
assist you.
Please roll me 6d4 as you first disturb the key, then just basically start filling up this thing with as much key, with more key than you think its body can handle. Roll 6d4.
Who's that anime character who just blows up people when they touch them? What the
Oh,
fuck?
like the open hand monk. Open hand monk thing is just they just fucking die.
Oh, there we go. There's 64.
All right, the rat. So you basically see the rat, like you put the key into the rat, and while the key is disturbed from your stunning strike, you're able to do this significantly easier than earlier. And as you put this key into the rat, it just fucking explodes in your hand.
I just get like blood splattered on my face, and it's like, ha!
Congratulations, you've learned how to do a new thing, and it's called exploding creatures.
You know, it's like a rat grenade.
I just brushed the bloody handprint off on Helia slides. I just gonna wipe it on her real quick, like, ew.
On her face, her coat, what?
Whatever's closest.
Whatever.
You want
Okay.
me to like actually give you the raw of what the fuck you just did? Alright. Alright. So open up your notes because this is gonna be a small dump about how this ability works. You ready?
Sure.
Alright. So when you successfully stunning strike a creature, you can use your reaction to put more key into it. You then roll 2d4 for each key point you put into it. If the total that you roll is greater than their current HP, they explode.
Nice. And it's a D4.
This feature does not work on undead or constructs.
What about mannequins? That's a construct, I know.
No, that's
Does
a
it
project.
does it do damage to people around it?
No, they just explode and it's gross.
Oh, so you can't make just rat grenades, because that would have been fucking awesome.
You cannot make rat grenades. Jesus
I would totally make rat grenades.
Jesus shit. You can't. The only thing rat grenades would be useful for would be intimidation. It's like, hey, you see this rat? Yeah. No, you don't.
Yep.
Oh my god. I thought that's what the point of this was for as well. I mean,
And how many points per key point? How many dice per key point?
2d4 per key point.
okay. So
Congratulations. You have learned to explode you have learned to a degree to explode non-living objects and then living creatures.
Fascinating.
I just get like the blood splatter on, and Greed wipes himself on me, and it's like,
No, I just do my hands. I don't care if it's on my clothes. I can go into the sea, wash off, be fine.
Oh, okay.
The sea is
But
not,
my hands
you
need to
can't
work.
go into the sea right now. It's frozen.
I'm sure there's a bath somewhere around here. I'm not that worried about it. But my hands need to be clean for me to really be able to work well.
Well, that was a hell of a thing, Greed. That was.
Mm,
Uh,
fascinating.
you're not gonna do that to me, are you? That was rather impressive, but scary.
I'm experimenting.
God,
You
the
never
power
stop
to
experimenting with your abilities.
the power to just explode things if you roll really good and they're really low health.
Uh, I feel a twinge
It,
of
it'd be an awesome kill cam shot, if nothing else.
It's an awesome kill cam shot. It's also like a good way to like if you just really need something dead.
I feel a twinge of what's it called? Empathy for the mouse, the remainder of the rats and what? How many rats are there remaining?
I grabbed what like 5, 6. I don't remember what I put.
There's like 3 rats left because you killed 2 rats earlier in trying to do this bullshit.
Alrighty. And I still got the talk of animals active, so I'm just gonna like whisper to the rats. It says,
The rats are fucking freaking the hell out.
"Oh,
They're just
absolutely."
like, get me out of here! Get me out of here!
That's
This sounds fucking insane! And then like Reed just hears
that's the plan. I'm gonna basically tell them I'm gonna free him out of earshot of Greed, free them out of earshot of Greed and rescue the rats. Cause,
oh, thank you. Thank you.
yeah, I don't think any living creature deserves that kind of treatment.
Be thankful. I'm satisfied with this progress today. Please.
Well, as he lowers one
Like
of the rats.
the fucking rats are just like, oh god, that guy's a fucking sociopath.
I know. I know.
You know what? I'm more impressed that the rats know what the hell a sociopath is.
They aren't saying the word sociopath. They're saying like something in rat that is translated most easily to the word sociopath.
Yeah, crazy or something. I don't know. But yeah, I tell them I'm going to rescue them later out of sight and sound of Greed, and I'll continue to be casual as I'm gonna basically go around the surrounding area and try to forage for equipment to use with my herbalism kit. I want to
You're trying
basically.
to look for them,
I
for
wa-
them herbs.
I want to attempt to use those herbs to make some homemade drugs. I'm going to experiment myself and see if I can make
All right.
make something new.
All right. Are you proficient in nature?
Am I proficient in nature? Let me look that up for you. Nature. No.
All right, then just make me an herbalism kit check using intelligence to identify the kinds of plants that you can use in this environment.
Just so you have center stage, Halo. I'm gonna say for now, while you're off doing your herb collecting and mixing and whatnot, Greed is just gonna attempt to try and make a quick diagram of what he felt as the inner workings of the inside of this rat, kind of trying to, I guess, put it to paper to better fuck with this shit later.
The best analogy is imagine there's a balloon, right? And you just filled that balloon up with like at this point I think that's like 8 times.
Well,
the
he
amount
had to
of
disturb the
maximum
key flows.
air. Yeah. So when you disturb the key, because like every living creature has innate key that protects it from random bullshit key like this. So when you were able to disturb the key, you basically took down the defense, and then you were just able to pump it full of key.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm basically trying to, off of memory, try and write down what I felt as the key flows to be disturbed easier next time. Kind of like try and, make my own diagram of where the key flows are.
I Oh, if you finished.
Oh no, I'm done.
Oh, right.
I Good.
I basically, with a roller 7, I picture going around the surrounding areas and picking up every single herb that is not medicinal, every single mushroom that would not cause a trip. Basically, everything you don't want to do.
Yes, I have all these edible mushrooms with
Yeah.
no other properties.
It's yeah, I basically just picked up all the wrong ingredients, but I've nonetheless
It's like
picked
that
up the
fucking, that
ingredients.
fucking scene from like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like, ah, yes, see, this is the ancient dragon leaf. It makes a beautiful tea, or it's the like other one which causes horrible, horrible rashes.
Yeah.
So you
I
just,
I know exactly the scene you're talking about. I love that guy. Yeah, so I assume I picked up all sorts of useless mushrooms that might be useful for like eating and cooking and I don't know, flavoring foods instead of the actual hallucinogenic ones I'm probably looking for.
yeah, you pick up a bunch of like random mushrooms and then like some like leaves and grasses that you're like, ah, I know this plant. This plant's hallucinogen, but then you like take the wrong part of the plant that isn't hallucinogenic.
I leave all the good stuff behind.
Yeah, you leave all the good stuff behind, and like I take these leaves. Like you find like if you had found like a coca plant, you would have taken the roots.
Mm. So I'll go on.
Because like a coca plant is what you make cocaine out of, but only the leaves have cocaine.
You know a
It's
lot
like,
about cocaine. Uh,
look, man, I had to learn about cocaine when I was researching the Coca-Cola company.
oh yeah. Oh, Coca-Cola. Anywho, so I imagine I've wasted a lot of time, and I'm like, that's annoying. Oh, I've just brought all these wrong ingredients. Um,
But please,
so given that time's passed, I do as I promised and go and try to rescue the mouses, the rats or whatnot.
They're probably still sitting. They're probably still in their cage right beside me as I'm sitting on top of the hill, just trying to make this abstract ass picture.
Hmm.
You have like the outline of a rat, and then you have like these little bitty lines, which
Ratsky.
Okay.
of which may or may not be their heat flows, and it looks kind of murky.
God. Cut to like so like Hidley, I'm assuming you cast speak with animals again as a ritual before you walk up here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was
Just you're
actually.
like,
Oh, go on.
oh God, what's he gonna do to us? I don't know, man. All right, don't worry. Next time he opens his cage, I'll fucking go for the eyes, and the rest of you leave.
That would never work.
That'll never work. We can't. We have to try. But Rat Jim, I love you.
Did,
No, it won't be useful. We'll get to him.
Didn't you see what happened to Jim? He's dead. So
Did you see what happened to Rat Steve?
Rat Steve.
What about Rat Alex?
So with Greed like close enough to actually see me do this, and I obviously don't want to anger him. He's a pretty scary dude. I use the talk of animals, and I want to try to find like maybe a weasel or some sort of small creature to go in and open the cage for the mouses, which will also cover my tracks for like, oh, I don't know, maybe someone went in there and ate them. I don't know.
Greed, do you keep the cage locked?
I would imagine.
Like, I don't.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Like, it's locked, but like, does it have like a padlock on it?
No, it's just basically locked, but it does have like the cage covering over it.
It's latched, is what you say.
It's latched with like the sheet over it. Yeah.
All right, cut to. All right. So you like walk up to like some like ferret or weasel. I don't know. Let me think. What's in this climate? I think that weasels are actually native to this climate. So it's like you come up to no, it's a badger. You
It's
come
a
up to like a badger, and the badger's like, "All right, what's in it for me, dog?"
Well, I got a lot of mushrooms and herbs.
Ah, shit! I love mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Here you go, little what is it, badger? You said little badger friend.
Badger, mushroom.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that song when I offered him.
Yeah. The badger takes the mushrooms as payment, eats them. It's like, all right, I'll see what I can do. Greed, what is your passive perception while this badger is going to attempt to stealth?
I just imagine he fails the stealth and he grabs the badger.
15.
All right.
Just imagine he nat ones and then Greed uses the badger as well to experiment on. It's like made it worse.
15?
15, yeah, he said.
All right. Done. Hilly, like you like see the badger like the badger burrows underneath the cage to do this because it's a badger and it can do that. But you just think like dun.
I mean, could I assist his stealth roll by distracting Greed with just like a casual conversation? Like,
You could try. Hey, Greed.
it's like, okay, if it actually will do a benefit, yes, I will approach Greed. And what's Greed currently doing?
Like I said, he's still just trying to make a painting to help visualize the innards of this rat, of the rat that was exploded.
Oh.
That way he knows where to strike to, disrupt Key better.
Oh, hello! I'm like walking behind you and then like walking past you to like face you, so you're looking away from the cart at the time.
It's kind of like a view of what a scientist would do if they were trying to dissect it, and there's like a humanoid diaphragm beside it, and what like question marks beside various key veins, so to speak, that I'm guessing where they are based on previous experience and what I learned from the rat.
Absolutely. Historically, I believe artists did paint a lot of biology information, skeletons and whatnot for that kind of context. So I walked past you and said, "Oh, hello, Greed. What you working on there?"
Trying to learn where the pathways lead.
Well,
Where's the strongest and weakest place to hit? Giants, for whatever reason, tend to have the most ki flow in their bodies, but that's also the most effective place to put it. Oddly enough, I've noticed that if I aim towards the midsection, it actually is easier.
Hilly, what is your passive perception?
Let me see. It's probably also 16.
All right. So Hilly sees this, but Critic doesn't. As Hilly, you just see like a very tiny badger claw thumbs up, like in the corner of your eye.
Yeah, she kind of giggles because she was going to distract Greed, but he just talked for so long. I didn't even really need to do much. I'm sorry.
Like,
Greed.
I haven't even looked at you yet. I'm still just thinking about this painting.
Yeah, your concentration is solely on the painting, which is fine.
You are the rubber duck of this situation.
Is it? Oh, that's really interesting, Greed. I was gonna see if I could distract you with a conversation, but I'll just leave you be if
Distraction.
Yeah, distraction.
Give you a look.
It just.
And pray tell, what weren't you supposed to be distracting me from?
I knew you might call me up on this, so she's gonna like. Is there like an act under pressure roll? Because I do have a good idea. Deception, sure. Yeah. So she says, "Oh, distraction. Like maybe I could distract you from your work and take a break. Maybe I could." It's a common phrase.
They're
They're
hiding something.
Alexa's playing fucking dubstep.
You're fucking hiding something.
Me? No. Okay, I was looking for drugs. Do you know where any drugs are?
I have some explosive ones.
Actually, that sounds pretty good. Can I have some to experiment with?
you just say you have explosive drugs?
Figuratively or
They'll
literally?
make your head explode.
Figuratively or literally?
Oh, quite literally.
Oh. Well, that still might be worth experimenting with. I'm trying to make new recipes. I tried to go out earlier and to find.
Well then, hold still. Tell me if.
Ow! What's my foot?
Tell me how much it hurts. As I poke you in the top left of your shoulder, stunning strike.
That's not really drugs. That's not drugs.
Make a con save.
Make a con save, sure.
Make a con save.
Yeah, you pass.
The hardy dwarf body is harder to stunning strike than a fucking rat. Who knew?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, much easier.
Not to mention, I'm sure she has quite the immunity to that sort of drugs, but I don't know why you claim this to be explosive drugs. So you just, I don't get it.
Oh, they make your head explode. Supposedly, like what drugs do, though more metaphorically.
You mean more literally?
I just don't, I don't know if you understand the term, what I'm talking about. Drugs are...
That is what a drug is, an experience, right?
It's a chemical you take to enhance performances or have experiences, see visions. It's any number one thing. It's mostly ingested or have injections been invented?
No, you cannot shoot up heroin in D&D.
Already. It's mostly
So
ingested.
drugs aren't whatever you claim them to be.
It's ingested or absorbed. That kind of stuff. Or inhaled. Inhaled is also another option. Yeah.
And here I thought your love was my drug.
Oh, love is the best drug of all. It's great.
So, emotion can be a drug.
I meant that in a metaphorical sense, but sure.
I'm confused. What is a drug?
It's mostly a chemical made of various random.
What's a chemical?
Chemical. It's a little like the science you're doing back there with the whole mouses and whatnot. But it's chemicals like ingredients, like how wizards use ingredients to do magic.
Oh, potion making, alchemy. I know that.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I assume I've now distracted myself and I've forgotten what I was doing.
Well then, I do believe it's time to go back. Looks like I've been out here long enough as I start packing up and lift up the cage and other whatnot.
Speaking of long enough, how late into the day is it?
I'd say it's like the sun's starting to set.
Are there any stars visible?
A couple.
Oh, really? Because I'm just to guarantee, I'm going to try to distract Greed with a couple of star facts because I'm the star person and I observe them, as I mentioned before. So, but before you go, perhaps you would like to make a painting of the stars, Greed? I mean, do you even know about how beautiful they are at night?
Yes.
Oh, well.
I did. Pretty sure I made a painting of that somewhere along the way.
Oh, I'd love to see the painting of the stars. I didn't. Yeah, I do remember you did do a painting of the stars.
I don't know if I did or not. I need to double check.
I think it was one of your failed ones.
Oh, yeah. I burned the crap out of it.
He just gives you horrible memories when I mention it, painting the stars.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Well, that's interesting. Oh, a fellow appreciative of stars. That's wonderful. Maybe we could get together and I could show you the whole constellations of the sky.
Beauty is in the fight of the beholder.
You say that, but literally one of my personality traits is to misquote sayings like that, and it's pretty much how she would probably put it. It says, "Yeah, I've heard that saying exactly."
Oh, so you'd also talked to the Gruul at some point. Fascinating folk, the Gruul. Much more wild as compared to the rest of them, don't you think?
I don't know what you're referring to, the ghoul.
I mean, the
Gruul.
gruel could be. I mean, the only thing that Haley would know that has the word gruel is like the food.
Yeah. I've never really talked to my gruel. I'm usually just eating it at dinners.
You eat Gruul.
Oh yeah, it's delicious, especially with some dirt in it.
Well, they often are dirty.
Well,
I love that Haley just like unironically eats dirt. I like to think it's like some dwarf like told her like, yeah, it's dwarven cuisine.
oh,
And she
there's.
just believed it.
Initially, that was the plan, but I do actually have a reveal for that later on when it comes up. Okay, well, I must have. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I think I've already brought enough of it. So I'll leave you. Okay, Greed, come get me
I
when.
actually was packing up. Like, in this whole time we've been talking, just slowly packing up, like making sure that the painting doesn't get damaged, but otherwise trying to finagle things so I can carry it all back in one go.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go out again and see if I could gather some more
Something's missing.
Oh.
There's a lot less squeaking than before.
Well, squeaking? What are you talking about? I was right here the entire time.
Let's see, distraction plus less squeaking equals, and then I take the cover off the cage.
Mm-hmm.
There is a shit in the cage.
That was a shit. Rat shit?
No badger shit.
I thought so.
That explains it.
Oh well.
Well, you owe me. How much did it cost for the rats? I don't remember.
It cost
I
you
don't-
like maybe a silver for all those rats. It is rats are cheap as fuck.
Well, you owe me a few copper.
You owe me like 4 copper.
What? I'm confused. What are you talking about?
You being a distraction.
I already explained that. I was here the whole time. I couldn't have. What? I couldn't have got rid of your rats. I mean, what's missing exactly?
You're a distraction. You don't need to get rid of the rats. You just need to keep my attention. Which it seems you did. However, they're plentiful enough. I can get more later, easily.
Yeah, could you please
I
not?
like to imagine it's going to be a series of like Greed making checks to get more rats, and then Haley making checks to just get rid of the rats.
Let's save them.
I might try rabbits next. They're larger than rats, which means it'll be harder to disrupt their key. But that also means I'll be dealing with less refined key pathways. That kind of amused myself is in things similar as I walk back to the inn to deposit the stuff.
Have you considered maybe not terrifying and torturing small animals? It seems like a sane thing to do.
Torturing animals? No. I killed them swiftly.
You did keep them in a cage without food or water for a couple of hours, my guy.
For a few hours.
That's
Did
really
get
bad
food
for
and
a
water
rat.
for them. Besides, there should have been food and water in their cage already. At least enough to last them a little bit.
I don't think so.
Nah, wasn't.
Kind of forgotten the point. But yeah, could you just? I mean, I spoke to those rats, and they seemed pretty horrified by what you did. At the very least, could you not like murder their friends right in front of them? Do you think?
You're right. You're right. I should do it behind their backs.
That's much.
Sound advice.
That's much better. Oh no! That's not gonna solve the situation, is it?
Well, I can't experiment if I don't have things to experiment on. Frankly, though, I would love more humanoid test subjects that aren't giants.
I'll tell you what, Greed. If you want humanoid experimentations, why don't you do it on me instead of the poor animals and defenseless critters?
Mm. I kind of stop, look you up and down, give you a once over.
I'm a real good test subject.
Sturdy body, strong magic pathways. The interaction between key and magic should be interesting.
You like wave in front of her eyes and her lazy eyes, like not following. Ah.
Sturdy enough.
Oh,
Well, I was going to get to see if Archel wanted to help me out, but sure, I could use a volunteer.
oh, okay. Just don't hurt the animals, please.
Just gonna shake my head.
They're
You
ve-
druids really do enjoy your animals, even if they're not yours.
It's just that when you have the ability to talk to animals, you really realize, they suffer just as much as any other creature. I wouldn't want to see anyone suffer under my hands.
I just kind of shrug. Suffering's a part of life.
That it is. That it is. I guess, well, as I said, I'm just gonna go now and see if I could find my new rat friends that I just saved.
I was walking back towards town. But okay.
Alrighty. Do you want to go or should I?
At this point, like I said, it's just Greed going back, putting everything up and going through his inventory to make sure nothing else got stolen or interrupted.
Alrighty. I return to the mouse, the rats, and possibly the badger who might still be hanging around.
Yeah, you basically go back to where you first meet the badgers, and you see the rats like hugging each other, like fucking crying, like, "Oh God, we made it out of there! Thank you, good badgers!" Like look, man, they just hired me to do it. You guys want some mushrooms? Yes, we haven't eaten in 17 rat days.
That's a good point. Some people just don't understand the emotions and lives of these animals sometimes. I tried to convince him not to torture you anymore, but he said he's just gonna go right back and find new rats to do it on. You might want to run away from this area as fast as possible.
Never gonna. Thank you.
Oh, but...
Here, have this, and one of the rats gives you like a shiny rock.
Oh, thank you very much. That's a real pretty rock.
Goodbye, and the rat shall vamoose.
Okay. I shoved the rock up my nose like a jelly bean.
I hate that sentence. Thank you.
Okay. I don't even know what it did. You might have to reveal that later.
It didn't do anything when you shoved it up your nose.
Well, that normally makes me go high, but alrighty. I put my finger on the other end and use my lungs to push it out, blow air from my nose to push it out, and look at it covered in snot. Are you? What am I meant to do? Identify it?
You can roll Arcana to see if it's magic.
I'll roll Arcana to see if it's magically covered in slime. It's not. Arcana 14. It's not terrible.
It appears to be a luck stone.
Oh, this might be a luck stone. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I rolled a D100 and I roll 100, so it's magic.
You would be surprised how often I get a luck stone in campaigns. It's almost all the time. At least once per campaign. Well, that's wonderful. I love being a good luck stone. I heard wonderful things about them. Oh, I'm sorry, Badger. I'm starting to bore you.
No, the badger fucking left.
Oh, I was about to talk to him and offer him a bit of a job to assist me to find some more mushrooms and whatnot. But okay. Well, I guess I don't need your help anymore, Mr. Badger. I've got the luck stone. With new instilled confidence, I'm gonna try again to try to find some more herbs that might be useful.
You know you're not attuned to the Lux Zone right now, right?
She doesn't know that.
All right, roll another nature check. Oh, so roll another intelligence
Herbalism.
intelligence 8 herbalism kit. That's what it was.
No, not Constitution, Intelligence. There we go. 5. Well, I found even less than last time.
Yeah, you didn't even find edible mushrooms. It's fine. You found jack shit.
I found some weeds. Not the good kinds. The
You
kinds.
just smell like some weed.
I found some tall grass. Wow.
There might be Pokemon in there.
Oh. I look for Pokemon.
Roll survival to look for Pokemon in the tall grass.
Oh, sure, okay. Just watch me nat 20 this. Pretty much. Pretty much.
No, there's no Pokemon in the tall grass.
Ah, damn it. I was gonna throw my Luxstone at it and catch the Pokemon. I guess I shouldn't do this in the middle of the dark, but, you know, I've tried it before. Maybe it's just this area. Who am I talking to? I think I'm talking to myself, but I don't find that weird. People talk to themselves all the time. So she heads back to town. Rejected. Oh, actually, she won't head back to town. She's gonna find a nice tall hill to observe the stars from.
Alright. Yeah, you find a pretty easy. You pretty easily find a hill, and you observe the stars.
Yeah, and she's going to go through her what's it? It's not astrology because that's like the fucking like you are the sign of the Scorpio and shit like that.
Astronomy.
Astronomy.
Yeah, astronomy is the study of the stars.
Yeah,
that
she-
is not to do with
she's
astrology.
you know what? She is part of an astronomy group, but she's probably going to say astrology just to fucking say. So yeah, she gets out a book and starts to like again note down the positions of the stars for signs of prophecies for the elders of the organization she works for.
Alright, roll me a straight d20 to see if you get any cool prophecies.
A straight D20.
Yeah.
Prophecies. 9.
9?
9.
Let me think. Hang on.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because normally she needs to give her findings to the prophets to get the prophecies. But okay.
The ice floes shall crack, and the ice shall come.
Well, that's I've put in the figures in the translation, and that just sounds like utter garbage to me. Anywho, she finishes off her findings in her little notebook, and she goes, considers the information, which was the ice flows. The ice flows crack, and the ice shall come.
Yeah. The ice floes crack, and the ice shall come.
But how is more ice gonna come if it's cracked? That makes no sense. It's like a riddle. I hate riddles. I can never figure them out. Yeah, she finishes up and heads back to the where is the wagon? Is the wagon like currently inside the town, or is it like on the outside?
It's currently inside the town it's almost finished repairing. It should be another day or two and you'll be fine.
Yeah, because Hilly normally likes to sleep under the stars, like camping. She doesn't like to sleep inside a tavern and whatnot. So this is actually going to be kind of awkward.
Yeah, considering if you sleep outside right now, you might get hypothermia.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good enough reason not to sleep outside right now. Alright, she heads in and uncomfortably wants to get a room to sleep in instead of her preference of sleeping under the stars.
Alright, it's like, alright, that would be like 5 copper.
5 copper? That's an outrage. You think I'm made of money?
Actually, didn't we order like a group room to last us the day?
Yeah, you did order a group room, and Cleve is currently in there taking up more than a bed.
Wait a second. Why am I trying to guilt you into giving me a lower price? I already have a room I could sleep in. And she like walks off without.
Then what?
She just like walks off without ending the conversation and just goes to the room.
The fucking dude at the
The reception.
the cashier's like, what the fuck? Whatever, I'm not paying enough for this bullshit.
I didn't pay you at all. She heads to a room, and like.
Yeah, so the room currently has Cleve like taking up at one. So there are like 4 beds in this room.
Mhm.
Cleve is in one of them. Her knees and like legs are just basically hanging off the edge, and she's just.
I don't recall meeting that person, but I'll introduce them after they're done sleeping.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting over there. I'm basically standing in the corner, just slowly going through my stuff to make sure nothing else has been gotten rid of still.
Hey,
Making sure to treat things with caution, especially the paintings.
hey, great.
Archel is also passed out.
Also snoring like a buzzsaw. Wow, that's a lot of snoring going on. Agreed. She's keeping her voice down, not to wake the others. How do you manage to sleep so close to other people? I normally like to sleep under the stars, you see. I would be out there right now if it wasn't so damn cold. Oh, you're a wonderful
I'm sorry, you were saying something?
Oh,
I finally looking up.
Okay. If you didn't want to talk, you could have just said so. Greed. I didn't have to. I didn't have to share all that personal stuff with you.
Okay. I was finishing categorizing everything, making sure everything's here, since someone decided that my trust wasn't worth keeping, so now I get to keep track of everything.
What are you talking about? I'm a trustworthy sort.
I just give her the flattest, pull the other leg look.
Yeah, she like smiles her toothless smile at you, and with the bad teeth, and she's like, see, smile.
Or the other one, you might get bells, whatever that means.
I believe
Wait.
it.
Wait, I start digging in I quickly move some stuff aside, pull out a book. Wait, let me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pull the other one. You might get some ore.
Wow.
Wait, that can't be right. Start looking through the dwarven sex book again. Nope. Apparently, ore is a metaphor for dwarven balls. Biology is confusing.
She
I
knows.
close the book and toss over my shoulder.
She knows the book all too well and says, "Well, just don't go to page 16 and look at the picture too closely."
You mean the one that looks like a fucking mosaic?
I mean, the joke was that she's in the book herself. That's one of the.
Believe me, I've read that book like 3 times and I still don't understand most of it.
Well, okay, great. If you're not in the mood for socializing, I'll just go to sleep right now. I'll introduce myself to your new companion over there in the morning. Okay.
It's a bit tired.
You just hear another large snore from the Fearwolf that almost shakes the room.
Oh wow, she really is a big snorer. She goes over to the bedside. What is it? Cabinet stand. Bedside stand. Is there like some water, glass and water there or something I can drink from?
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes pour herself a glass of water and then shakes some more dirt inside to drink. And then she goes to bed, just takes off her shirt and goes to bed. Oh, she sleeps naked, by the way. Let's do that.
Greed just looks confused. And then he starts tripping, and it's like, actual person in study.
Oh,
You
oh.
know, every single time I ask someone what the hell this is, or could I have a comparison, please strip, I always get funny looks. I'm not sure why.
Maybe you just haven't found the best subject to study from. I mean, I'm a
So,
real.
so those are goblin. So those are dwarven handholders. Looks at her chest. Hmm. No, wait. They're called tits too, and mountains, hills. Starts
Like,
reading through
imagine
like a list,
with
which
like
you could.
50 different fucking euphemisms.
Mm.
What the hell is a?
Well, I'm a real spice of shit, as they say. You know, I gotta go. I'll go. I gotta go to sleep now. Greed. I'm sorry. Do you sleep, by the way?
I used to didn't.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Try not to. I don't know. Experiment on me when I'm asleep, please.
I flipped through the book towards the back. Um,
Oh, you.
Sexual innuendos 101. This one.
I didn't even.
Giggity.
I didn't even intend that. That actually came naturally. She meant like a medical experiment, like you were doing earlier.
I just, it's just sexual innuendo, sexual innuendo. Here's one. Giggity.
Mm.
Giggity. Whatever giggity means.
I believe it's a type of digger. I've never seen one myself, but sounds fascinating. Anywho, I'm gonna go. She lies
I'll
down.
be up
And,
for a little bit longer.
what kind
Wanna
of
check out the town.
what kind of mattress is it? Is it like a hay, or is it a spring?
It's hay.
It's hay.
Not a
Okay.
mattress.
All right. She's like, this hay is so uncomfortable. I'm used to the grass. It's totally different sensation. Maybe I have to. Maybe I will have to sleep clothed after all. She goes and gets like undergarments to just put on, so she's less irritated, and goes to sleep. Next morning, yay!
Oh no, there's not a next morning just yet. After you go to sleep,
There we go.
and I make sure you're asleep. I come in just a wee bit later, and I start snooping quietly, trying to snoop through your stuff just to see what you got.
Oh sure. I mean, I've got the basic adventuring stuff. I've got that drug parcel. I have no idea what's inside.
Oh yeah, it's just a box that says "Do not open."
Yeah, a box that says "Do not open," so you might want to follow that instruction.
Hmm.
Remember what happened the last time you opened a box that told you specifically "Do not open this box"?
You're right.
But this one's
I take it and I go to the well.
but this one's written in Dwarvish.
I take it, I go to the well and toss it in.
All right, fair enough.
Plop.
Does it look like it's soaking through?
No, it's just floating there menacingly.
Menacingly. And polluting the.
I take like a stick that looks nice and pointy, and then I attempt to throw it through the box to pierce it and, have whatever it is inside leak out.
Those
Or at least saturate the well.
those drugs cost $5,000.
You eat the box and you eat the stick into the box. The box is unharmed and just floating there.
The box goes, ow!
It floats, but is much stronger than key enhanced stick thrown.
Does any
Hand.
random guard approach him and say, "What you doing to the fucking well?"
Nah, man, there aren't that many guards here.
All right. I imagine they're just mostly watching the ships. Then I guess maybe.
There aren't any ships.
Oh,
They're
okay.
going to.
I mean, there has to be a night watch. Come on, that's where burglars come out.
There isn't. There's not a lot of shit to do here, so they're just asleep.
So the one time I'm not the kind of criminal who would rob people's homes is the one time there's no guards to stop me from robbing people's homes. Come on.
Yeah.
I got it. I attempt to fetch the box, and then I attempt to turbocharge the box with key and throwing it up in the air as I throw it into the well.
Hang on. How are you getting this box out of the well?
Well, it's a well, right?
It's buckets.
So there should be like a way to pull buckets in and out, or at least a bucket nearby. So
Yeah.
do that and
So you
kind of fish it up.
You start fishing for the box with buckets.
For a minute or two. If it doesn't work, I'm just saying fuck it, and I'm just gonna let it float in the well.
Make me a raw dexterity check to fish out this box with buckets.
Oh, you found some gold too.
Yeah. So up comes a bucket of water and a box, and you have the box. You're gonna try to empower this box with key.
You found.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to, since I figure I would have had a short break, I'm gonna just pump it with all 7 key points to attempt to just cause this thing to explode as I'm ready to drop it into the well if it does feel that it's gonna explode.
Yeah. So you pump him the 7 key, and it just sort of vibrates a bit and doesn't do anything.
It's like it's not a living thing or something.
He's been able to explode non-living things, but like
it's one of those people box.
It's a really well-made box.
It's one of those people boxes from Made in the Abyss movie. Oh, the last episode. That's fucking weird shit.
You know what? This singular box has managed to impress me. I'm actually curious about this thing now. Instead of attempting to dispose of it, I'm actually now curious about this thing. So I'm gonna go put it back, and I'll just ask her about it in the morning.
So like the morning, Billy wakes up with like the box mildly damp.
It's Greed standing over me with a wet box in his hand. It's like, what's this?
No, I ain't that obsessed.
Cleve is up. Archel is still passed out.
Already.
Hello. Cleve?
Hi. What's up? Y'all are the ones who I'm working with now, ain't ya?
If you want to, I mean, door's right there.
Then put it in, and she grabs your hand and just like vigorously shakes it. As Greed, what is your strength score?
14.
All right, cool. So you aren't crushed. It's just awkward. As your arm kind of goes into the limp noodle mode.
Quite the handshake you have.
Was I up as well?
Yeah, Hilly, you're also up.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, yes, I was going to introduce myself to you last night, but you were asleep, so I thought I'd maybe not wake you up.
Medium small one.
Well, hello, I'm Hilly Slides.
Hello there. And so, what is Hilly's strength score?
12.
Yeah, so like you also get like limp noodle arm as she shakes her hand.
Oh, that really hurt. Actually, could you not have? Oh wow, are you one of them people who don't know other people? How could I get the expression wrong? They don't know their own strength. You're one of those people who knows what other people's strengths are. You're one of those people who knows what other people's strengths are.
I don't know.
Oh, well, you see.
Anyways, I heard you guys were. Wait, I have to get her voice right. I heard y'all were adventuring, so I came along because it seemed like fun. Let's do this. Where we're going? Come on.
You remind
Well,
me
first
of.
we need to wait for the carriage to finally be fixed up. Such a strange word, carriage.
Carriage. It's like carrot with a bridge.
Oh, I thought it was like a carry, but with an edge.
That's pretty good too. Yeah, I can see that. I I probably like spot the package I'm delivering meant to be
I
delivering.
put it back where it was, wherever it
Oh,
was in your pack.
oh, okay. I'll notice it later when I go through my equipment.
Yeah, you'll notice that the area that it's been returned to is soggy.
So
Yeah,
I
it's soggy and it has a small like dent on it from where the stick hit it.
I approached the new member. You said her name was Crush.
Cleave.
Clave. As a well, what might your name be anyway? I didn't quite catch that.
Don't got one.
You don't got a name?
Nope.
Well, that's weird. What are we meant to call you?
Cleave.
Well,
Apparently, she picked up the name for
Most people calling me.
because she either cleaves things or because hold on, her pull out the book again and start flipping through her many mountains.
Her tracks on land.
Oh, her cleavage.
What?
Maybe.
The tracts of land, huge hills. They're referring to your boobies right there, aren't they?
I think that is what that cleavage is in here is one of the words, but fuck me if it's not hard as hell to read.
Yeah. That book is a little difficult to read sometimes, especially when the pages get all sticky.
Especially when I don't know a word of Dwarven.
Sure. So you do have a name. Cleve is a fine name. I think a dwarf would be very happy with that kind of name.
What? I ain't got a name.
But well, let's just call you Cleve and say that's your name.
Nah. Ain't my name. It's just
So,
people call me.
what exactly do you do to get names?
Well,
I know the Gruul participate in.
You don't get names. Look, man, I can talk to like rats and badgers and like.
Me too.
Rats. I can talk to like rats. Wait. I can talk to like rats and badgers and grass and seas, and I don't need a fucking name to refer to them. So why do I need one?
Well, that's a good
Ah,
But-
you're super druids then.
Oh yeah, that's more.
Nah. Not a druid. Ain't part of no druid circles.
Oh, that's a shame. I could introduce you to some fellas. They're real nice. I belong to
Nah,
the Circle
man.
of the Stars.
Druids tend to just be kind of. Most of the druids are. Wait.
Well, you were about to say assholes.
No, most of the druid circles I've met have been complete tools.
What? Yeah, we do. We do carry a lot of tools with us.
Doesn't that mean that they've been really useful? Because tools are really useful.
Yeah.
Nah, man, they're just sort of like. They got a stick up their arse.
Wouldn't that cause them to bleed out?
Yeah. I don't recall ever getting a stick up my ass. I mean, maybe a branch or two sometimes, but
They're like just. Sorry, they don't. It's like druid circles are inherently against the unicorn knights or some shit.
am I familiar with the Unicorn Knights?
You can.
I probably am, considering I had a fucking paladin friend.
You are. Greed, you are definitely. This is the same knightly order that your, like, brother is a part of. Like,
Oh.
basically, the Order of the Unicorn, if, Hilly wants to, like, make a history check on the
Sure.
Order of the Unicorn.
Sure, I'll do that.
So the Order of the Unicorn was started by a bunch of drunk nobles who were like, yeah, man, let's like start a fucking knightly order of our own. We'll go on quests and be like knights errants like in the old days sort of deal, right? And they chose their symbol to be the unicorn goddess. However,
It was
Um,
copyrighted.
however, after a certain point, they actually started realizing what it means to be like, a knight errant and a knight of the old ways.
It sucks.
And then like a lot of them left, but then a lot of them just kept going. So the Knight of the Unicorns is a respected is the wrong word.
Revered.
Known.
Not revered. They're noticed and like recognized as like an actual knightly order. 'Cause, like, you
They're
know,
just known about.
They're
they're just known, and like they're known to be generally pretty cool dudes. Like basically, they are chivalric adventurers who follow like really romantic ideals. You know, life is to be relished and lived with laughter. Quest should be taken on a dare. Impossible dreams should be pursued just so you can say you did it. And you should be praised for your strength and comforted in your weakness. They are just a bunch of like old-timey romantic era knights errant. And also a bunch of frat boys.
who nonetheless got legitimized, which I think is also...
They got super legitimized because they actually do a lot of good knightly work.
Boy, did...
Oh,
Boy,
then you know Jim, then.
Jim? I know a lot of Jims.
Sir Jim.
I actually need to look at my notes to look at which specific Jim, because I just wrote down Jim.
Mighty
Yeah, it just says Jim.
You saying jam? Or...
Jim Luskin?
Jim Luskin?
I'm asking you off the top of my head, because is Luskin the family name? Because I have that written down.
Luskin is the town.
Jim from Luskin, then.
Yeah, I know a Jim from Luskin. He's a pretty swell dude.
He's a drinking buddy of mine. Talked with him a bit about some of the dares and stuff he's been on. A bit too flamboyant for my taste, but...
A story from... please tell me, to dear God, what is one of the stories that Jim told you that he did on a dare? What is something Jim from Luskin has done that's like, yeah, one time I got dared to just like arm wrestle an ogre or some shit like that?
Rode naked.
Oh, I was thinking a troll, but sure. He went to go arm wrestle a troll into submission. It's now currently their pet out of respect.
Yeah, like he did. Yeah, basically that's the general vibe of the Nice Be Unicorns. Like, yeah, you know, I was dared to go and fucking beat a hill giant in an eating contest, and I won. So.
In a pie eating contest.
Yep.
And then he rode naked on horseback.
I was dared to fight a carrion crawler barehanded.
That would actually be... Yeah, that sounds like a pretty fun order. Though you'll probably die. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, like the reality of the situation set in really fast for them. Like, yeah, you know, you can't just go on adventures and expect to be okay, but they still do it.
They say, "Fuck death, I'm not afraid of you."
Yeah, basically, they're like, if I die doing something really cool for the good of the people, that's a good way to go.
I guess so. Yeah, this Jim fella sounds interesting. Well, how do you know him, Greed? Is he some sort of mentor? I don't know.
Like I said, drinking buddy. Whenever I came here,
Drinking.
family was interesting enough to take me in. Still not entirely sure how to categorize what they've done.
No.
I think that's called nice, but
they took care of you. That's a pretty good act, I'd say. That's a pretty good act. I have to get like her own voice at some point.
Yeah.
Either way, they have my thanks, and became friends with Jim. Nice drinking buddy, lots of tales. I in turn had my own, which he never even heard about.
Did he tell you about the time he had to ride a sea serpent to an island nation to warn them of the coming second sea serpent?
I think I heard that one. It's been a while. This adventure's been
it's
long.
Just one brain cell D&D is the best way to describe the Knights of the Unicorn.
You said he had many tails. How many tails did he have?
Of himself or the whole order?
I meant like a tail, like a cat or a monkey. Oh, yeah.
You mean like this one? Also, Cleve has a tail.
Yeah, like that.
Like it's like one of those like old style tails where it's like a normal like tail with fur on it, then like a little tuft of like feathers.
Yeah, a lion or tiger tail, a lion tail. Yeah. Ow, just scratching my butt. So, what are we gonna do today? If we're finished with that conversation?
Oh, well, it's just relax for the day.
Yeah,
We still
exactly.
have more days to go.
I mean, I still need to get to what was it, Waterdeep or Neverwinter, which was the city I needed to make my delivery. Neverwinter. I needed to get to Neverwinter to deliver a special package. I don't know how long I can exactly hold off on that job.
Oh, you guys hear,
Well, unless you want to start walking.
you guys hear like a really big cracking noise.
That was okay. Is it like stuttering?
Just
Like
like
oh, is it like a ripping noise or like a thunderclap?
like as if something really big just broke.
I look towards the direction. What was that?
Hmm.
Aim in the direction of the coast.
I look out the window if we have a sea view.
Yeah, you do.
Alrighty.
You just see the large amount of ice floes splintering and cracking.
Ah, look, the ice is farting. The ice is farting.
Aye, that ice is breaking, ain't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. And look at those cracks.
Well, damn. Biggest crack I've seen. Biggest crack I've seen since the last giant I saw.
Say no to crack, it's a hell of a drug.
Oh, I don't think I've tried that one yet. I've heard really good things. I'll have to try it sometime.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Uh, fair enough.
I'm pretty. I do pride myself in experimenting with virtually any kind of drug I come across. That's what.
Indeed.
That's what makes me such a good test subject. Hey, agreed.
That's to be discovered later.
Should we like investigate that or something?
Oh yeah, the crack, the ice. Yeah, let's go. Let's go see what's up. I
Let
I
me eat breakfast first.
I gather my equipment and like put on my clothes and whatnot. Do I actually have like armor and shit? I forgot as a druid.
I think you start with like leather armor.
Yeah, it looks like a leather armor. Yep, Lego armor. That would be fun. Leather armor. Put that on. Get all my equipment. Do I notice the package?
Do you notice the what?
The package is like all fucked up with.
The package. Yeah, your box is wet.
Okay.
Like,
I like notice there's like water dripping out the top of the bag. Like reach in there and see like the packages. What the hell happened to this? Huh?
it's a box.
Yeah, it was a package I was supposed to deliver to Neverwinter. It was very important, a big job, and it suddenly has become wet and stuck with holes.
Oh, that's weird.
What?
What's in it anyway?
Well, I don't know. It's one of those ask no questions and just deliver your stuff. I shouldn't even be talking about it because for all I know, it could be highly illegal contraband.
Weird.
Box?
Yeah, we could, but we got the ice flows to look at or whatever.
Oh,
The first breakfast.
well, that's. I mean,
As I appropriately gear up too, but I am going for breakfast first.
Most important meal of the day.
Can I do like a survival roll to see if there's any like trace of like water droplets from the bag from I don't know greed from whatnot?
What you wanna source the water?
Yeah, it's like, is there any trace of the source of the water? Like,
No, there is no way to determine the source of water.
really?
Yeah, there's not like a label for like this came from the well in the water.
Like, you can't follow droplets on the ground like you would say blood
They are
droplets.
probably dried up, dude.
Yeah.
No, they're all frozen now because it snowed and then because this place is
Cold as shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no
Either
like,
way, so it's a bunch of snow. I mean,
Uh,
you could try and follow
pretty
it,
much-
but good luck distinguishing between the water path and, every other frozen water.
Y'all can roll survival to try to track the trail of water.
sure, I'm probably gonna fail, but I just figured there's gotta be something. Yeah, that's definitely not gonna do it. I don't know. I don't know where this. What could have happened? Okay, yeah, I guess we'll check the water, sure. And I just
Wait, there's a water trail here, and then you're basically running around in a circle, following the trail of water from the bag dripping.
does any of you know the mending spell?
I don't know magic.
You don't
I don't know magic.
Oh, okay. That could have
Arkel's over there asleep.
actually come in. Yeah. Wow, Archel really sleeps a lot. Okay, let's go check out the
He's not
ice.
He tried to beat me in a drinking contest. That's a really bad idea.
I mean,
Give me some time.
I
Guarantee
know.
I'll be able to beat you.
I know it shouldn't be a contest. Drinking should just be enjoyable activities.
What? I was gonna say because literally my thigh is wider than her entire body.
Oh well, probably had a trick up the sleeve. You know, those little people can be real tricky. Anywho,
All right, let's go get breakfast.
oh, I thought we were looking at the ice breaking.
Nope, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Can't skip it.
Oh, I guess you're right. I mean, I skip breakfast all the time, and I only eat when I'm hungry. But sure, now that I'm in the group, let's go have a breakfast.
You see Cleve go up to like the dude at the downer, like slam a gold down, like, give me all the bacon and eggs you got.
I
Holy shit, is that Mindy?
Well, Vinny appeared.
It only took me, I don't know, like over 50 goddamn at Mindy's to summon him.
Archel heard breakfast. He's like, I'm up.
Our childhood breakfast, like, I'm up. Mindy! 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 Aw, Mindy! Oh.
I saw that too.
I saw something.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Hey, Mindy.
Hello. So
Did
I
you
don't know
enjoy
why,
the-
but for some reason I thought today's game was canceled.
It was going to be, but however, my work hasn't gotten back to me on my new schedule, so I don't know.
Fair
But
enough.
regardless, here we are. Our
Yeah.
child woke up to
Jesus.
I basically. So, long story short, what all do you remember from